Welcome to Western New York at Work with Dale Martin and Lauren Lewis. And today we have John Arnet, General Manager with 716 Limousine. Well, John, thank you so much for being a part of today's show. And again, this is Western New York at Work, again, where we have a business-friendly conversation. We talk to the people that are making it happen throughout our community. And it's really designed for the community to know as much as you would like to share about your business. So share with our audience, our listeners and viewers, exactly what is 716 Limousine. I think the description describes it enough, but pretty sure there's a lot more to what the company is about.
Yes, 716 Limousine is we do your traditional services as a limousine company, which would be like weddings and wine tours and nights out with our limo buses. But another part of our business is chauffeured services, which is really geared towards airport, corporate, and rides and sedans, and that for VIPs. The other segment of our business is we also have the double-decker bus, which we were running daily tours out of downtown Buffalo Canal side.
How long has the double-decker bus been around, John? I feel like I've seen it, around downtown, but it's relatively new. Is that correct?
Yeah, we just started. We launched 716 Limousine in 2017, and that was the first year of the double-decker bus. The double-decker bus is a partnership with my brother-in-law, Joel Dombrowski, known as Officer O'Connor on the double-decker tour. So the way the partnership works is Joel does all the content, the tours, and we do all the back office. We take care of the bus, staff it with bus drivers. And Joel just meets it, steps on, does his act.
Sounds like a great partnership, and really does go hand in hand. And especially from the bus standpoint, it goes right with limos, cars, transportation, everything that you provide at 716 Limo.
Well, Joel is fantastic. When we first started it, we just started from, it was at the beginning. I would go on there and drive some of the tours, and it doesn't go about 5 minutes where there's not 40 people laughing. Joel is really puts kind of a comic spin to historical events that happen in Buffalo, and he does tours. He does murder mysteries on the bus. Last year he had a disco themed murder mystery on Saturday nights, and you would go drive by Canal Side and you would see sometimes 50 people doing the Macho Man dance. They would stop and do flash dances on it. So, and everybody's dressed up. It was really a lot of fun. So we had a great year.
Fun.
Up until the pandemic. We just decided about a month ago that we weren't pulling the bus out.
And that's unfortunate that the pandemic has affected all businesses. Can you share a little bit more in depth in terms of how it's really impacted your business? Maybe there are some, strategic moves that you're going to be changing or, doing in the future, but how has it impacted 716 Limousine?
Well, June was our first month that we really went, as Western New York opened back up, and we probably did about 15% of the budgeted revenue for June. Which I did a post-budget, a COVID-19 budget, let's call it 2.0, as it got worse, and I expected nothing in June. So we were quite excited that some of the numbers we did do in June. It was mostly pent-up demand for canceled weddings and canceled graduations. It really affected the limousine business because in my chauffeured services and limousine sedans, 40% of our trips go across the border.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine what happened there. And then
That's a lot of trips too. Yeah.
in that segment too, probably 75% of it is airport based.
So, John, I guess what I'm hearing here is that if we can get the community to start to, revisit doing tours and different events, but just do it in smaller numbers. Is that accurate?
Yes, it seems like there's a trend of smaller vehicles just starting out of the gate. I still think there's a lot of guests that are staying home, afraid to go out. So we kind of, ourselves, we have protected all of our guests with partitions in our limousines. In a typical limousine, you have that, the divider where you can reach up and talk to the chauffeur. We even put plexiglass there. So I wanted to make sure that the chauffeur would be protected. So we started a touchless service where we pull up and the chauffeur doesn't even get out of the car, and guests can get in and have no interaction with the chauffeur except for behind the glass. Where right now we're trying to start another little business for medical service and seniors with that.
So, John, you said for seniors, could you expand on that a little bit more? What would that look like?
Well, so say you have an elderly person, which I myself wouldn't want my mother going out and you can't take her somewhere. We can pick them up in a chauffeur-driven sedan, and if they can get out and get in the van, they don't have any touch with us. If we do have to get out in the system, our chauffeurs are wearing the mask and gloves and everything.
Now, John, how many vehicles are in your fleet, and how many drivers do you have that work for you?
We right currently now we have about a dozen vehicles, and when I was peak last year, I probably had over 30 chauffeurs.
Oh, wow.
And John, I want to kind of change gears a little bit because certainly we want to encourage the community to, start to get back out and take short excursions. Are there opportunities for individuals to travel from, say, Buffalo to Niagara Falls and I guess maybe have a date night? Are those opportunities available?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, we just had stretch limousine up in Niagara Falls the other day. For just wanting to get out with my wife. It's we haven't been out. Go to dinner. Go up to the falls. So that's a typical type trip is going up to the Niagara Falls locally.
Okay. All right. And one thing we haven't done, we haven't provided your contact information for anyone that's looking to, in need of transportation services, would like to take advantage of date night, just want to get out. How can they contact you?
Well, the best way is Google 716 Limousine, and we pop right in there, and everything's on our website. Right now, we have online. You can order anything online, and it'll go right in our system. Which I don't want to tout it, but we have over 400 five-star reviews. Our next closest competitor probably has 40. And we've been around for 3 years, and there's some companies been around for 50.
Well, you should tout that. That's something to be very, very proud of, to have that many five-star reviews in, the 3.5 years that you've been in business. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, it panics me if somebody is upset about something. I just keep thinking, oh my God, if I don't do this, they're going to give me a 1 star or something. So it's kind of live and breathe off of it. Funny little story. My wife was on a wine tour, 2 or 3, about 2 weeks ago. And they had it was down in Chautauqua Lake. It was kind of like a family event before everything got really rolling. And the one person came out, waved them off. No, you can't come in here. Get out of here now. And they're saying, well, we had reservations. We talked to the owner. No buses in here. And my wife said there had to be 12 millennials on their phones giving bad reviews. They're just blasting them. So it's like it just
on the spot.
They're on the spot. It's like before they even pulled off, they were already posting all their reviews. So that really does drive businesses these days, I believe.
It does. People always look at reviews, so it's important that you set the stage to get that 5-star review and provide that great experience.
Oh yeah, I mean, if somebody's looking and it's like, oh, all these companies are within 10-15% on pricing, most likely they're going to go with the best reviews.
You're watching Western New York at Work on WBBZ. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this short break.
Western New York at Work is brought to you by our key business partners and many business professionals.
Bocce's Club Pizza, Staff Buffalo, Buffalo Healthy Living, CAI, Hope Buffalo, Embassy Suites, 716 Limousine.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
As we are all navigating through changes associated with the coronavirus, we'd like to thank you for your continued trust in 716 Limousine for your transportation needs. Your comfort and safety are important to us, which is why we're taking extra precautions to provide the safest environment for the community we serve. As a part of our touchless service, we've added new glass partitions to our vehicles. Our team is thoroughly disinfecting each car prior to all trip departures. Not only are our chauffeurs wearing masks and gloves, we've also provided them with hand sanitizer and disinfectant supplies for their vehicles. 716 Limousine is proud to serve Western New York, offering transportation for medical appointments, casual outings, rides to the airport, trips for senior citizens, and more. We appreciate your business during this uncertain time. Remember, we're all in this together, so just let us know how we can help.
Welcome back to Western New York at Work TV with Dale Martin and Lauren Lewis. John, one of the things that I'm really taking away from our conversation is that the industry as a whole has been forced to reinvent themselves. You mentioned earlier about starting new services. Are you hearing other trends or trends that are happening in other parts of the country that you also may adopt?
I've seen some where they're, I seen a limo company somewhere down south that was doing DoorDash deliveries. I've seen getting into medical transportation.
Yes.
But I don't see it lasting long. I think it's just doing anything, being desperate, because our services, I mean, let's face it, are probably our cheapest ride in a chauffeured sedan is like $59 for a local airport transfer. Time you pay taxes and all that, you're looking at $75 for like a $10 or $15 Uber ride. So I don't see it sustaining itself. It's people who ride in chauffeur-driven sedans are probably like 0.0005 of the population. But it's mostly taking our guests to special events. Your typical limousine, somebody doing a limousine bus or anything, it's usually a special event, an anniversary, a birthday. Groups of friends. It's always a fun experience.
Yes. And if I could just add to it, because here at Western New York at Work, we have experience working with you. And I would say that your entire business model is also built around the professionalism. The professionalism of your chauffeurs are second to none. And John, I just want to, again, go back and say thank you so much for being a part of today's conversation. I think you really have enlightened us on how the pandemic has really changed, not just your industry, but it's, when you connect it to the other industries that you are involved with, hospitality, traveling, tourism. It's all interconnected, and we're all playing, looking for how to stay in business, so to speak, and reinvent ourselves.
Yeah, most certainly. It's how do you survive until the vaccine is there and then the next season.
Okay.
The limousine business was really hit because traditionally the winter time is sometimes 30 to 40% less than your peak months in the summertime. So we just came off of our winter, waiting for, we have roughly a 6-month window where we do really good from May through October, and that's all been taken away from us. And we're getting ready for another winter. Most of us lose money in the winter.
Okay. Well,
So John,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lauren.
if someone's looking to have that 5-star chauffeur experience, how can they get in contact with 716 Limousine?
Well, they can go on our website and they can educate themselves, because on our website we have any kind of event with all of our pricing. So when you go on our website, anything you want to do, you can find out what the price is, and then you can take a tour of our vehicles, and then you can either log in and put in your trip, or you can call us at our 716-216-5966. We do answer the phone 24 hours. But I would say the best thing is probably going on our website and educating yourself.
And what is your web address?
716 Limousine and Tours.
Perfect. Thank you.
John, well, thank you so much again for being a part of today's show. And we will take a very short break and we'll come right back.
Thank you.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working.
I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
I love New York. We love New York.
We've been stuck inside our homes,
while our everyday heroes have been working overtime.
For New York to reopen
and stay open.
We all need to do our part.
And show that we care.
Look, man.
I wear a mask to protect you.
You wear a mask to protect me.
Let's all wear a mask
to stop the spread of coronavirus
and save lives.
When we show up in the mask,
we're showing up for each other.
Show your love for New York.
Because New York loves you.
Good morning, Buffalo, and welcome to Western New York at Work with Dale Martin and Lauren Lewis on WBBZ TV. Lauren, good morning.
Hi, Dale. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. And yourself?
Well, you must be doing great. It looks like you're in a tropical location. Where are you, Dale?
I'm on a virtual pretend vacation, Lauren.
So where? Tell me about this virtual location. Where are you?
I'm actually, my virtual vacation is on a small island in the Bahamas.
Ooh, nice. How's the weather down in the Bahamas?
The weather is great. Might make it like a colada. Now that Western New York, as a region, we've entered phase 2. So we're starting to see
phase 4.
Oh, phase 4. That's right. Phase 4 means that the malls are opening up, have started to open up. And I'm starting to see more and more people walking around and driving. And we're slowly getting back to some normalcy, but it's a new normalcy.
It's good. I just hope that, everyone continues to kind of respect the protocols that businesses have put in place for the safety of their customers, their employees, and anyone who's coming in and out of these businesses. I just hope that people respect the protocol so that we don't revert back to, a more quarantine state again.
Yeah, we absolutely have to. There are new policies and procedures that have to be followed across the board. I think the days of handshakes are over, at least for the immediate future, for short-term future.
Yeah.
But that being said, in my daily travels and walks, one of the questions that I'm getting more and more are that, Dale, now that we are reopening, what businesses are hiring? And I've come across a few. But from a staffing standpoint, you do that every day, all day. So can you share with our audience what you're seeing from a rehiring standpoint?
Yeah, it's been interesting. March, all these companies stopped their hiring processes. They were trying to figure out how to move forward in the state we were in. There was so much uncertainty. I think they really kind of need to focus on continue to move their business forward in one way or another. I think a lot of companies had to make the tough decision to furlough employees or lay off employees totally. Back in May, I was like, oh, good, like companies are starting to hire again. Now looking back, here we are in July, looking back to May, I was like, okay, they were still not quite hiring. Now there are so many companies that are resuming hiring processes and getting people back to work, whether it's their current employees, hiring new employees. I know some businesses are thriving, more than ever. They've kind of pivoted their businesses to make PPE. Some businesses are making the face shields that you see a lot of people in restaurants or hairstylists wearing. I saw coaches at Delaware Park, coaches for youth soccer. They had the face shield on as they're coaching the teams. So some of those businesses are trying to keep up with demand. So they need to hire more and more people and support staff to help, their teams that are in place. So I'm seeing, a lot of support staff, administrative level positions, customer service positions. Those are continuing to grow. There's also a lot of accounting positions that are continuing to hire. So, it's out there. I think a lot of people are trying to navigate what their career is going to look like moving forward, whether they are still employed or whether they've been furloughed. I think this time that we've all had since March, where we've had to adapt to new work situations, gave people a lot of time to reflect on what they want out of their careers moving forward.
Okay. Let's talk about the interviewing process. Certainly, more companies are utilizing Zoom and go-to-meetings as a way to interview candidates. Would you say that in terms of extending the offer to a candidate, are they utilizing Zoom and go-to-meeting even to extend the offer, or are they starting to bring those candidates in to meet them in person?
I think there are still a lot of companies that want to meet the person in person first before they are hiring. Yes, you have plenty of companies that are still doing everything via Zoom, video conference interviews to just at least see that person, have that face-to-face conversation virtually. But I think there are a lot of companies that still want to bring the people into their office and meet them in real life too. So to answer your question, there's no definite answer. It really depends on the company and kind of what they're comfortable with. Some companies have people in their office, so they might be bringing people in for interviews still. I have a client that made it clear up front, it was going to be an in-person interview, but they would sit on one end of the conference table and the candidate would sit on the other end of the conference table to maintain those social distancing requirements, to make sure that no one felt uncomfortable going in there as well.
And I'm so glad you brought that up, because I think there's going to be new procedures and protocols, even with the face-to-face in-person interviews. It's an opportunity for the candidate to learn the culture, not just the culture, but a new best practice of how to interview and walk in with his or her mask, and then as well as the employer to know that they too should have a mask on. So I think we're still educating ourselves on both sides of the table in terms of policies and procedures.
Yeah, I think as a society as a whole, whether your professional life, your personal life, if you've had the opportunity to go out to eat or shop at a business, you have to learn what the protocol is and you have to respect it. It's all of us. We have to play nice together and respect protocol so that we can continue to move forward.
Yes. Now for the candidate, because this is all new for all of us, what would you say to the candidate that's going on that interview and they mistakenly forgot their mask and they didn't realize that until they arrived on site? What would you recommend that he or she do?
Most companies should have like a supply of masks on hand just in case. I mean, if their employee forgets a mask. So I would, if they got there and they forgot their mask, just call, be upfront, call the office, call the hiring manager who you're supposed to be meeting with, and just say, hey, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot my mask. Do you have any on hand that I can use for this interview? Yes,
I think that's a great tip, separate from our segment on career tips. But I think it's so important that we get that message out there front and center, because it's you want to set the best expectations and be your best right from the beginning.
Right, exactly. And you don't want to let something like that throw you off from nailing your interview.
Yes.
So we always tell our candidates, prepare ahead of time, whether it's a phone interview, a video conference interview, or an in-person interview. lay some of these things out the night before. When you're getting your outfit ready, put the mask with the outfit now. I see a lot of people driving around with masks hanging from their rearview mirror so that they always have them. If they stop somewhere on the fly, their mask is in their car, so they always have it. So I think there's just practices we all have to get used to doing so that we, we're not caught off guard without having the right face protection.
Yes. Locally, what I've seen in my daily travels, I'm starting to see a renewed energy in our community. I'm starting to see people embracing biking, walking in the park, sitting in the park. You mentioned, companies are rehiring now. Are you starting to get more and more calls from employers saying, you know what, Lauren, we can't find enough people? Are we at that stage or not yet?
We're getting there for sure. And sometimes it's like, it's not fast enough. They want someone yesterday. So, there's quick demand, and I think companies are ready to hire and hire quickly.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
As we are all navigating through changes associated with the coronavirus, we'd like to thank you for your continued trust in 716 Limousine for your transportation needs. Your comfort and safety are important to us, which is why we're taking extra precautions to provide the safest environment for the community we serve. As a part of our touchless service, we've added new glass partitions to our vehicles. Our team is thoroughly disinfecting each car prior to all trip departures. Not only are our chauffeurs wearing masks and gloves, we've also provided them with hand sanitizer and disinfectant supplies for their vehicles. 716 Limousine is proud to serve Western New York, offering transportation for medical appointments, casual outings, rides to the airport, trips for senior citizens, and more. We appreciate your business during this uncertain time. Remember, we're all in this together, so just let us know how we can help.
Western New York at Work is brought to you by our key business partners and many business professionals.
Bocce's Club Pizza, Staff Buffalo, Buffalo Healthy Living, CAI, Hope Buffalo, Embassy Suites, 716 Limousine.